One of the benefits that I'm finding about having my life become more simple and more organized is that the things that I have and the routines that I have, my home and my possessions, they're starting to really feel like this is a tool. This is a tool that I can control and use in order to live life the way I want, in order to do what I want. And maybe that's an obvious thing to have, the things that I have be my tools and the things that I do can be my tools. But it didn't really feel that way before when I was more surrounded by mess and disorganized clutter. It kind of felt like my home was like this environment that I was in and it was surrounding me, but it didn't really feel like it was something under my control. And it's something that maybe it was more like it was controlling me. And it's something that was full of kind of surprises. It was like this kind of unknown mass. There was just stuff everywhere and, all kinds of memories connected with all kinds of stuff, and trying to do anything in the environment I just always had to kind of shift around. There's a lot of resistance to doing anything within this environment. But it's really an unexpected new feeling as I simplify, declutter, and have more organization. It feels like it's almost like this is like a hammer that I control. My things are things that they're in my hand that I can control and that I can shape what I do. I can use what I have to choose how I want to live. And it's kind of difficult to express exactly how this feels, but it really comes down to a feeling of greater control over myself, my environment. And this is something that applies both to space and time. In terms of the physical environment, it feels like when I am more simplified and more organized, now my home, my little apartment is just like this place full of things that are useful for me. And I can use them to support me. Again, completely obvious, but when I had an apartment full of clutter and stuff, it just felt like I was living in the middle of a pile of stuff rather than this sort of like tightly organized, almost like my ship. And in terms of time, the more organized I become with my time, the more I control my own schedule and my own time, the more it feels like this time that I have is a tool that I can use towards doing what I think is best with my life. Now, I've had a lot of feelings of how time is short, life is short, time is slipping by. And of course, that's still there, it hasn't changed. But as I gain more self-control over how I spend my time, now I'm starting to get the hints of a feeling that I can really use my time for what I think best. So it's once again a very simple observation, as so much of what I say is. But it seems like there's a lot of hidden benefits in so many ways simply from simplifying. Things that I never would have expected open up by simply removing things that get in the way. And the more we can bring things down only to the absolute basics, the more we can have control of those basics, really get a grip on life and kind of shift its direction, shift how we do things in order to do what is best, rather than feeling like we're sort of at the mercy of this sort of mountain of stuff that's kind of shifting around and we're sort of bouncing around with it. Instead, the things that we own and the time that we have, these can be like tools in our hands that we can control in order to do what we want to do with this life.